Well, a new survey shows child care providers love their jobs, but there are far too few child care providers. Sierra Wave Media's Rob Gill filed this story.
Hi, this is Rob Gill with Sierra Wave Media, and today we are interviewing Julie Winslow, the site supervisor for the Kids Corner here in Mammoth Lakes for Sierra Wave TV and Sierra Wave Radio Alt 92.5. So today she is here to talk about some new information about childcare that was collected locally in Mono County. So tell us about the Mono County Child Care Commission study and how it came about.
Mono County Child Care Council every 5 years does a survey to find out what their needs are in our community and surrounding areas. So we have found that the numbers were pretty alarming when we found out how many people in our community need childcare that are not getting childcare and are not able to make it to work.
Well, you say the survey assessed childcare needs in Mono County. Now, who did you survey and what did you find?
So who we surveyed were actually 27 childcare providers, 178 parents in need of childcare at this time, first 5 PPOD participants, and 23 employers.
So are some areas worse off than others?
Of course, some areas are definitely worse off than others. I would say that here in Mono County, we certainly have a lack of infant and toddler care, as well as spaces for preschoolers. And in, let's see, Walker and Colville area, there is no licensed child care for infant and toddlers at all.
And who does this lack of child care affect?
You know, of course it affects, first of all, the parents that are needing child care, but the bottom line is it affects our whole community because we are losing community workers because they cannot find child care. So they're actually moving here, you know, doctors, housekeepers, teachers, people in the restaurant business, they're moving here and they cannot find child care. So their only option is to move away.
So if these people can't find childcare, how are they getting to work?
Sometimes they're not getting to work. Sometimes they're paying a high price for a sitter or a nanny, or they are depending on support from family and friends.
Wow. And what did employers say about how the lack of childcare affects their businesses?
Well, then again, if they don't have childcare that they can count on and they're kind of bouncing their kids around from place to place, first of all, that's very stressful. Second of all, there's going to be times when they're not going to be able to make it to work.
So we're in a resort type community where people have to work all different sorts of hours, and maybe more so than in other places. How do people that need childcare on odd hours deal with that?
Yet again, they call on a sitter or a nanny, and qualified ones are not cheap, or they depend on their friends, family, neighbors.
And why do you think that obtaining childcare has become such an issue in Mono County?
Well, I believe that we are definitely a growing community, and I also feel like as the site supervisor here, I have noticed it kind of started about 3 years ago with a baby boom, took a little lull, and then we're back up, and I have 27 infants on my wait list right now. So
what did the child care providers who are in business, like yourself, say about why they commit to care for someone else's children?
Well, first of all, they love children. And they're probably pretty active people also that like to play as well. We want to make sure that these children are meeting their milestones that they need to meet. We also want to make sure that we have a strong community. We're here, I feel like, teaching the future community the life skills they're going to need to be successful.
Definitely. So to put it mildly, there are too few child care providers here in Mono County. How can we change that, and what can someone do if they're interested in becoming a child care provider?
Well, first of all, I feel like we definitely need more support from the community as a whole to step in. This is a community issue. This is not a problem for just the parents that don't have child care. So, you know, the people that are huge in our community, like the hospital, you know, the medical facility, the town, for people like that, you know, to know that we all need to work on this. And also there is support available if anyone is interested in becoming a child care provider. There is support available through IMACA. There is a little bit of funding available, and there is a lot of support available with paperwork and any contact information that someone might need to just kind of get started. So
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Julie.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
This has been Rob Gill reporting for Sierra Wave Media.
All right, thanks for that, Rob and Julie. If you're interested in pursuing a business in childcare, you can contact Amaka at 760-934-3343. Well, a couple of great events in the Eastern Sierra this week. We've been talking about the 3rd annual Mammoth Lakes Film Festival, as well as the Bishop Mule Days celebration. Now, Mammoth Lakes Film Festival director Sherrod Brobner once again has put together a fantastic lineup, including the opening night film coming up on Wednesday. That'll be a screening of the classic Cheech and Chong movie Up in Smoke. Saw that in high school, with its star and uncredited director Tommy Chong in attendance for a question and answer session after that film. Now the excitement's going to grow throughout the week, and then on Saturday night, prolific, legendary independent filmmaker John Sayles will be presented with the Sierra Spirit Award after a screening of one of his early films, Baby It's You, and again followed by a Q&A. Tickets, information available at MammothLakesFilmFestival.com. And the Mule Days really gets going Tuesday at the Tri-County Fairgrounds in Bishop. This wonderful celebration draws thousands of people and their mules each year for the Memorial Day weekend. Some great events are planned, including the opening night supper, the Thursday night concert, the Saturday night parade, the Saturday night dance, as well as the great Mule Days parade Saturday morning. There's plenty to do for the whole family. Urge you to see the website muledays.org for all the information on the Bishop Mule Days celebration. Well, as thousands of migratory birds cycle through the Owens Lake area this spring, Friends of the Inyo and partners Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, Inyo County, Eastern Sierra Audubon, California, Metabolic Studio, and the Eastern Sierra Interpretive Association brought the community together. A press release notes to enjoy and celebrate the massive return of birds to Owens Lake. Now, that festival was held the last weekend in April. It brought 150 people together to enjoy, the press release notes, the astounding landscape, experience the wonders of birds traveling between continents, and connect to the natural and cultural history of the lower Owens Valley. Of the 150 participants, half attended the festival from outside Inyo and Mono counties. Some came away from as far away as Oregon, Washington, and Canada. Participants enjoyed bird outings on Owens Lake with local scientists and experts. Participants were also offered exploration outings to experience the botany of the Alabama hills, the geologic history of the landscape surrounding Owens Lake, and the history of Keeler, well as soda ash mining on the shores of Owens Lake. Now, said Owens Lake Bird Festival organizer Mike Prather, we are so pleased that the lake and her birds are receiving the recognition they deserve. Prather is also a member of the Friends of Inyo, board member, and he said that this year we sold out and expect more participants next year. Said it took years of hard work with many organizations, agencies, and individuals, and now the word is out that Owens Lake is a wildlife viewing site at a world-class level. You can see our website for the full press release on the Owens Lake Bird Festival. Well, Cynthia Dayhuff, a registered nurse at Northern Inyo Healthcare District, was named the facility's 2017 winner of the Daisy Award. This is for extraordinary nurses. Recognition as part of an annual international program honoring nurses for clinical skills and compassionate care. Now, the story surrounding Dayhuff's honor is an emotional one for many members of Northern Inyo Healthcare District's nursing team, as it involves a woman battling malignant melanoma. That woman is one of their own, retired RN Pam Spector. She said, "I was lucky enough to have worked with Cynthia for many years and witnessed her competence, compassion, and quiet resilience. Not only does she have the attributes you look for in a great nurse, capability, flexibility, and problem solving, but most importantly, she accomplishes that while exuding calm and truly caring." That's what Spector wrote in her letter of nomination. It was only in the past 2 months that I was able to see her strengths from the vulnerable eyes of a person in need. For Cynthia Dayhuff, a Northern Inyo Healthcare District nurse for almost 18 years, she said the honor came out of the blue, very surprised. And she said, "I'm just very honored and quite touched. It's a wonderful feeling to realize that one's peers and mentors, friends and co-workers value the work you do so much." And that nice press release is posted on our website, sierrawave.net. We'll be back with a weather report.